Hey everyone, this is Tim Verdouw, and today I'll be reviewing StoryReel, which is a platform that allows you to create web and video stories that you can share to your social media, to your Facebook, YouTube, etc. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a full demo, but to give you an idea, this is what those stories will look like. So we all remember those things right here at the top. This is what stories look like, right? You see these bars running here, and then it goes to the next story, and then it goes to the next story. This is a web story that I published with StoryReel, and you can also publish these directly to the social media channels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a full demo of this software so that you can see how you can create these stories yourself. Now, it works really simple. When you log into the dashboard, you have three options here. You can see the templates, the available templates. You can see the stories that I've created inside of the software. And this is a big button which says create story. So let's start by creating a story. So I'm going to call this Tim's story here, and I'm going to click next, and now I can start creating my story. Now it always starts with a blank canvas unless you already choose one of the templates from the start. But if you forgot to choose a template, you can always go to the sidebar here, click on templates, and this will give you an overview of all the available templates. Now these are beautiful templates, all have been created already inside of StoryReel, and you can simply select one of these templates and then you can start working on these templates. You can modify them to your own needs. As you can see here, there are many templates on the inside. So only thing that you have to do is simply pick one. So let me go to the top here. This is one that I like here from a concert, for example. So if you like to start with this template, you can simply modify each part in the template. So if you click on the text here, then at the right side here, you have the option to change everything. So you can change the font here. If you like to choose another font, you can do that. But also if you like to change the color. So this is a very purple color. If you like to have a white color, or maybe you want to run this a black color, you can basically pick any color you like here. So if you want to make this dark blue, you simply select that from here, and yeah, you can change everything. So you can also do the font background. So if you have a background in the text, you can also do that here like this. If you want to add a background, or maybe like this, and you want to have the text white, you can do that. You can add borders in here. So if you want to add a border of 3 pixels in here, green border, pick the wrong one here. If you want to add a green border, you can do that as well. Let's switch this one back to pink. Now you've created a green border here with a pink background and a white font. So everything can be changed inside of a story. Now, not only the text, when you go here to customization, you will see all the text here that we just changed, right? And one thing that I see here as well, you can add links to text as well. So when I click on this here, add link, I can add a text here, a link to this text in here. So each element can be linked. Now, if I like to animate the parts inside of a story, I can go to animation here at the right top. And here I can set an animation for this text block. So let's say I want to animate this and I want to drop this in. Boom, look what happens. Or maybe I want to have this fly from the bottom. Boom. Or maybe I want to pulse this one. You see that? So you can change this, whoosh in from the left, and then I can say I want to have the duration. So if I want it to get this a little slower, I type 1 second, and you can see, or maybe I want to have this flow in 2 seconds. So you see, this makes it jump in slower. And the cool thing is that I can set a start delay. So after half a second, this text flies in. I can also say I want to have this 2 seconds. Now look what happens, 1, 2, and then it comes in, right? So for each element on the page, let's say I want to change this one as well, and I want to fly this in from the right. I can say here, I want to whoosh in from the right, for example. Do you see that? Let me move myself to the right. So when I whoosh this in from the right, and I'm going to say the start delay needs to be 4 seconds, for example. Now look at this. When I go to the bottom here and I play animation, look what happens. So it waits 1 2, and then the top jumps in, and 1, 2, and then the bottom jumps in. So every element on a story page can be animated. Now on a story page, you can add all different kind of elements. So here we choose a template, but if you like to add extra text, you simply click on text here, and you can add headings, heading 2, you can add a paragraph. So if you like to add a paragraph here, you simply click on it, and then it's being added to your story, as you can see, and you can modify it again. Now in this case, I'm going to delete this one. Another thing that you can do is you can add images to your story. So if you like to add your own image in here, so let's say a guitar, for example, you can click on this image, search, and now it will search for images. So let's say you want to get one of these images, then you simply click on it, and it will be added to your story, as you can see here. And you can modify it, you can make this bigger, you can change this, everything in here. But you can add these elements, and again, you can add animation to this again. Now in this case, it's not nice, so we're going to get rid of this, but I'm just going to show you what's possible. The same thing for videos. So if I type in here guitar, and I press enter, it's going to show me videos of somebody playing guitar here, or subscribe, or this, or maybe I want to add this one. This is a video. So when I click on this, you see this is a video which is playing. So this is an animated neo bar. I can add this as well, but if it's a normal playing video, somebody playing guitar, I can add that to my story as well. Now the same thing is for GIFs. So if I do guitar in here, I can add the guitar to my story here. So let's simply create a next page where I can show you how we can add these elements, because this is a nice one as it is right now. Now the cool thing is here at the bottom, you can add pages before, or you can duplicate the page, or you can add a page after. So when I click on the plus here, add page after, look what happens at the top here. We got slide 1, slide 2. Remember that was from the stories here, slide 1, slide 2. And that's what you create in here, slide 1, slide 2. And this is a blank canvas. Now, instead of using one of these templates, you can also add your own background. So if you like to add a color as a background, you can add a color like this. But if you like to have a gradient background, for example, and you like to do that, you can do here blue, and then the next one you could do, for example, to purple here, and then this one you could do this to black, and now you have a very nice gradient background. But you can also do patterns. So if you like to have a pattern, you can choose from here. Or if you want to upload your own image as a background, you can do that as well. Or maybe you want to search for images like a guitar that we just made in the first slide. We can add those images in here. So here, this is our second slide now. And now we can add these other elements like GIFs, for example, we can do that. So this is for the background. So you can add images on top here. So in this case, it's also not nice to add a GIF like this, but you know, it's for the idea, so you know what's possible. So you can add this GIF in here to add your information. So let's get rid of this and let's create another slide in between. So let's say I want to add a page before, you can do that. And now we can add these elements on this page, for example. You see, because now it's not interfering with other images that are already on this page. So now you can make this bigger. You can add your own text in here. You can add your heading here that you can add to this story page, so that we get slide 1, slide 2, slide 3 in here. Or you can add our own elements. Now, you can add images. You could do your own uploads, like I said, but you can also add audio. So in this case, you can also add artificial intelligence voices, text to voice on slide 3. You can choose a language in here. So you can choose from all these languages here to create a text to speech. And once you've selected your language, you can also choose the different voices for that specific language. And you can simply type your text in here and click on generate, and it will generate a voiceover for that specific slide. Now you can also record your own voice. Simply click on this recording, and now you can record your own voice on top of these slides. Or if you like, you can also add music to a specific slide. So you can go through this library, or you can upload your own voiceover, which of course can also be music for a specific slide. Now, let's say you want to add extra elements in here. So you click on this block here. You can also add these elements. They're not too many. It's loading, so when you scroll down, it will load more. So yeah, actually there are a lot, as I can see right now. So there's a whole database of these elements. Simply click on it and you can add this to your story. So let's say you want to add a play button at the bottom here. Then you can simply add that, or you want to add that to the top here. You can do that. And you can link this play button as well to the customization here. You can add that link. Remember what I said before here, you can add a link, simply enable this. And now you can add your link in here. So you can link to another video, for example. You can also add some filters to your photos in here to change everything. Again, you can add your animation to your buttons. If you want to zoom in, boom, you can do that. And another nice feature here at the left side, add-ons, is you can add polls. So when I click on add polls in here, I can add a question with option 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I can add that to my story. Now, I think a more powerful thing is a call to action button. So when I click on call to action, it's going to add a button. So for example, here, when I go to customize, I can say book your lesson, for example, here. And now I can link this to my booking schedule or to my website or wherever I would like to do that, where they can book a guitar session, for example. And you can link that again with the button here at the right bottom. You can also add locations. So when you click on location, you can enter the location in here. So let's say Amsterdam. It's going to give you suggestions in here. So you can add a arrow in here, Amsterdam, Netherlands. You can change the background here and then the font. So you can add this to the bottom here. So when people click on that, they will be redirected to your location. And so that's also possible. Now, the last thing here is the settings for your story. You can add your logo here. When you select this, you can upload your logo. You can decide where you want to have your logo to show up. And then also the duration, how many seconds, you can choose that in here. Now, if you have added video or audio here, let's say I'm going to ask audio here, the music, let's say I'm going to use this music in here. Then I can also select the music, the volume control in here. So I can set the volume control on 100, or I can set this to 0 if I have a voiceover. You can measure here the volume control. Now, once you're done with your story, you can publish your story here. So at the right side, you have two options here with publishing. So you can publish this as a web story, and then it will create a story like this where you will be published on a web. This can also be published on your own domain. So when I click as publish as a web story here, I can fill out the title. So this is my demo story. Here I can select a language in here, and I can set a publisher detail. So my publisher's name is Tim Verdouw. I can upload my logo. I can upload my favicon. I can do some SEO here. So my title and my keywords and the description. Personally, I don't think this SEO will do a lot for you in case of ranking on Google, but it's nice that they've added this option in here. You could do analytics in here. So you could add your analytics code. So you can track the visitors, so you can add also other tracking codes, conversion codes, etc. And then the publishing here, you can decide if you want to enter this on your custom domain, and they're going to show you how you can add your own domain so that you can publish this on your own domain, or you can publish this on StoryReel. So when you click on publish on StoryReel, it will publish your story on StoryReel. And as you can see here, the cool thing about this is when you add photos as a background, it automatically uses that same photo very blurred in the background, as you can see in here. Also with the other stories in here, you see this background is always being used from the photo. That's very cool. Here in the second slide, you see this photo is being used in the background. Here, the third one, this was not a photo, and then it will stick here with a black background. The second option to publish your story, so when I go back to my story here, go back to my dashboard, go back to my story here, and I edit my story, is to publish this as a video. So when I go back here, and I click on publish, I can export this for social media so that it will be videos. It says here, export static slides as images and animated ones as videos. So in this case, the call to action buttons will not work. When you do this, it will create a video for you. And once the rendering is done, you can automatically publish this to your social media account. So when I go to my stories created, then this story, for example, is already done here at the bottom. So now it's generating. You can see your progress in here. Once a story is being done, so view all my stories in here. This one, for example, I can download the story to my computer as a video, but I can also publish. So when I click on publish here, I can publish this to Facebook, to YouTube, to the other channels. I'm going to show you the integrations also. You can give this a title. You can select your Facebook account or your YouTube account, and then you can give this a description, and then it will be published to your channels as well. Now, your integrations are here in the integration step. So here you can connect your Facebook account, you can connect your YouTube account, and also your Cyvid account, ScriptReel, TrimReel, and LiveReel, and Sonority account if you have those. So those are also other products by the vendor of StoryReel. You can connect that to your StoryReel account. So you can publish directly to these channels. Now then in the main menu here, I also have the option here for account management, where I can add team members or client accounts. I can create client accounts with their email and a password, so they can also give access to my clients to StoryReel, so they can manage it. And then in here, you can manage your client and your team member accounts. If you want to give them access or not, you want to prevent them access, etc. You can manage that from here as well. There are upgrades, etc. So if you want to see all the details, make sure to check out the link in the description of this video. If you're on YouTube, I have all the details on my website where you can see the pricing, where you can see the coupons that you can use. Also the free upgrades that you're going to get if you pick up StoryReel through my link. I got some very cool upgrades for you if you pick this up. Simply click that link in the description. Check out all the details also about the upgrades, what's included in your account, yes or no, and what's included in the upgrades, etc. So make sure to check that out. And that's basically what StoryReel is all about. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Also, if this video was useful, please give this a thumbs up so that this video also will get ranked in YouTube and suggested to other people. And if you like to get updates, regular updates from my channel, make sure to subscribe as well. Hit that notification bell to get notified each time I upload a new review. And yeah, thank you so much for checking it out. And I hope to see you in my next video. Hey, talk soon. Cheers.